All right, Hiyori, you have the ball. So let's see you cook. What's up, guys? I'm Hunter, and here we are to do a breakdown and review of chapter 234 of Blue Loco, which is known as Producer. And, I've been itching and scratching for a hot minute to see Hiyori, hop up in the game and get So I think it's finally time for him to start So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? Doug Punter here. Fun fact, I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, this is Peak Lock, also known as Peak every single week. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Oh yeah, we're pre-drawing it, ladies and gentlemen. We're pre-drawing it. Because, if there's one thing I have faith in this day and age, it's Peak Lock. But let's not waste any more time. Let's actually hop right into it. Wait, what? I can't read, I swear. I need to go back to elementary school and figure out my alphabet. Amidst all the chaos swirling around the field, Hiyori sees a path that allows Hisagi to score the winning goal. As they prepare to hit back on the counter, it's time to show us your winning formula, egoists. Alright. So Bar's not even getting another chance. It can't end this chapter, though. Are we really? If Hiyori cooks round start, that's gonna be crazy. Right? Like, he literally just got on the... Like, I get it. I could honestly, low-key, I could actually see Kanashiro Sensei ending at this chapter. Because, I don't know, once again, I have no pulse on the Eastern fandom, like, Japan, where the manga's made. I have no idea what the general consensus is on the length of these games. Personally, I love it. I want to squeeze out, well, I love it to a degree. If a chapter has good characterization, if it has good action, if it has good character or anything like that, then I'm fine. If the chapter feels like it's stalling for a week, which sometimes it does, usually they do fit in little bits, little gems. So once again, Peak Lock has been Peak Lock for the past 30 or so reviews, so I've really never considered any chapter unworthy. But the only times I'll get a little bit stringent is when a chapter feels like nothing happens. Or something could be condensed down into like 4 pages. I forget which chapter it was. I think it was when Hiyori first got into the game, where we wasted like a whole chapter. It reiterated some character stuff, which is why I still liked it. And I'm much more partial to like taking your time with things than rushing them. So don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Blue Lock takes its time. And that's why I don't mind the length of Manshine or Ubers. Maybe Manshine was saying something different. I don't remember. But at least right now, upon reflection and rereading Manshine recently, I don't mind the length of that game. I don't mind the length of this game. Though we've been here for a hot minute, I will admit. So I wouldn't be shocked if Kanashiro Sensei just says, fine, it just chops it, like we're just done, like ends this chapter. But at the same time, I don't see it. Even with Hiyori here. But then again, I guess this is kind of what we've been building to, so maybe we can end this chapter. I don't know. Let's see. He supposedly has a formula winning, or not a goal winning formula, so let's see. Darn, seriously? Nico, watch your mouth, young man. That guy? When did he? Aiku. But here's the thing, you know what? I like that. I like that the 2 Metavision users are the ones in particular to be caught the most off guard. And here's why. 1, because they're not hydrated. Are you hydrated? Did you drink water today? Go drink water. Gosh darn it. Make sure you stay hydrated. But number 2, the reason why I think Metavision... I've seen a whole bunch of people talking about how Metavision has already gotten nerfed since so many people have it. But another reason why I think Metavision is going to falter a whole lot once we get to the proper world stage is because of how many unknown variables there are going to be and how people will not take that into account. We already saw this hole in Nico's Metavision earlier when he was first dealing with Raichi coming out of nowhere and getting the ball off of him. So we know Metavision has holes if the user of Metavision does not know what kind of player they're playing against. It just happens like that. So Hiyori, a player with no data on the field, or at least no recent data, no NLE, and not NLE, NEL data, no Neo Egotist League data, they have no idea. Heck, even Aiku, the defender in the U20, who was stopping literally anything and everything, never really had any directs. Did he? No. Yeah, he didn't ever have any direct interactions with Hiyori. Hiyori was a long-range facilitator, as he's presumably going to do in this game. And thusly, Aiku, someone who's much more on the, like, appearing in front of the strikers and be like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. he doesn't have any data on Hiyori either. And thusly, it makes sense that despite both of them having metavision, Aiku arguably having metavision the longest out of any of the blue lockers, like his literal metavision pattern appeared way back when, like in U20. So despite having it the longest and having insane amounts of experience and an understanding of the field and game IQ and all that, Hiyori is someone who was unpredicted because he's so new to the field and they have no data on him. They can get caught lacking by him, especially if he appears in this new interesting defensive role like he's doing right now. So that's how I think we're going to soften Metavision, if it needs more softening. I do kind of agree with the general fandom consensus that Metavision has sort of like leveled down a bit. And it is due to, like, I don't want to say it's like the Super Saiyan problem, but it is low-key kind of the Super Saiyan problem. If everyone's super, no one will be. And I know Kaneshiro Sensei has already gone out of his way to, like, screw into the narrative, like, oh, yeah, by the way, not everyone can get this. But, like, how many Metavision users do we have now? We have Kaiser, we have Isagi, we have Nico, we have Aiku. We presumably have, I guess Lorenzo is one, but maybe he isn't, because I don't know, we've never seen him drawn with it. But we have those four primarily, the 2 on BM and the 2 on Ubers. Then we have Rayo for Manshine. Oh, forgot. I even mentioned Snuffy, so that's another one. So, like, Metavision is spreading out a whole, and obviously Hiyori just got Metavision. So Metavision is becoming more and more commonplace. And thusly, it cannot be as powerful. But once again, it makes sense because, as Isagi points out, Metavision is likely just a universal high skill ability, which is why I'm interested to see how, beyond the ambidextrous, how do you say that? Ambidextricity of Isagi, I'm very interested to see how he's going to stay relevant on the world stage, especially considering Metavision has a massive hole like that. Like, you need data on the player, and you cannot be caught off guard, and you need to have your eyes on the entire field at the same time. How's he going to deal with that when he gets to the world stage? And how's he going to deal with it when more people run, well, not just more people he runs into with Metavision, but more people with experience with Metavision? How is he going to start dealing with that? And that seems like the next step. And I wonder if he's going to have to get another buff, because he's kind of going to need it. Let's see. It's a weird looking panel of Aiku. I can't even tell you why. Something about it just looks a little bit off to me. Something about that panel. But let's see. If it weren't for him, we would have finished them off. Okay, Lorenzo. Look at Lorenzo talking that smack. Look at the grills, bro. Look at the grill. I do not have grills. I would never get that. I don't know. Are they heavy? Like, they're solid gold, right? Like, obviously, I don't think his actual teeth were, like, yanked out and replaced with solid gold. But, like, even, like, a gold plate, gold's heavy. At least from what I've heard. Your boy has no gold, I'm sorry. But, like, at least from what I've heard, gold is heavy. So the fact that you have, like, a whole mouthful of gold teeth is crazy. And I know he's, like, gigantic. I was about to make a joke like, oh, you know, if Lorenzo ain't careful, he walked down the wrong place at the wrong time, he could get his teeth jacked. But no, he couldn't. Lorenzo's, like, towering over Boro. And is from the streets. Lorenzo would probably bite a chunk out of your arm with them gold teeth. So Lorenzo's perfectly safe. I think 9 out of 10 people, you could probably get, like, professional football players, and not just, and I'm not even talking, like, professional American football players and professional basketball NBA players, and they wouldn't want to mess with Lorenzo because of how big and ominous he is. So Lorenzo, he's safe, even with the gold. Let's see. Nice Yori! By covering for my blind spots, he managed to plug the holes in our defense. Oh, he looks so good with Metavision, bro. He looks so good. One thing I will admit, though, I'm a teeny tiny bit disappointed with. Why doesn't everyone have their own unique Metavision? Like, why don't they have their own unique Metavision design? Like, I get it, it would be so much more of a hassle. But, like, if we're gonna go out of our way and show that Isagi has a unique one, why? I mean, I get it, it's because his is technically leveled up, but it's had that even before the protagonism amp. The moment he got Metavision, he had the puzzle pieces. I know, that's his aesthetic, but, like, considering that all these different Metavision users have their own confirmed auras. Like, we know Kaiser has the thorns, the roses. We know that Hiyori has the zombie slayer, the video gamer. We know that Aiku has the viper. Nico has the watchtower. Even Snuffy has the martial artist. Like, there are different auras and styles and all that to these different characters. So I do kind of wish that Nomura went out of his way to give them differing designs, because this design is cool and all. I even get it, you know, the bullseye pattern. But like, yeah, it could be a little more unique. Like, it wouldn't hurt. I get, but here's the thing: I get why it would hurt, and I get why Nomura and Kaneshiro Sensei may have decided on this in particular. One, because obviously it's more nice for the main character to have a unique variation of the widespread ability. So him having the puzzle piece eyes, nice. Number two, Shiro, I think, maybe. I mean, with how crazy with how crazy Nomura is, it really shouldn't be too difficult. But another reason is remembering all those different patterns and drawing them every single time at all these various angles would likely get annoying after a while. So I understand why just like what? How many lines is it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 8 lines and 3 circles is a lot easier than intricately drawing unique designs on every single one of their eyes. I get that. Once again, Nomura is kind of crazy as an artist already. Like, the things he does with these characters in this sports manga is absolutely insane. So it shouldn't be too unreasonable for him to go a little bit crazy on the eye design. And 3, you kind of just don't want to confuse your general reader base. Like, we've already started. Like, Metavision was introduced last game. We've already introduced a whole new type of eye. We have Predator Eye now. That's a separate thing. And maybe you don't want to confuse your reader base by having everyone have their own unique Metavision eyes, because they may think, oh, is that like an entirely separate eye rather than just Metavision? But you already have Isagi with a different. I don't know. I do kind of wish. I do. That is a greed thing though. Like, I'm not even sure what kind of design she would give. Isagi works so well because his aura is the puzzle pieces, and Metavision building the field, all that, it makes sense. Not exactly sure how you make a Viper convey that same kind of thing, or Thorns, or Video Game Man. Like, I don't off the top of my head, I can't think of one. So I'll give Nomura the pass. But let's see. Hiyori about to cook? Why is bro weaving like this? Why is he so buttery, so smooth? Bro said, well, to be fair, he's going up against Sendo. Maybe I can't praise Hiyori too much. He's going up against Sendo, bro. Like, Hiyori, I'd love to glaze you real quick, bro, but I can't glaze you on this one. You're going up against Sendo, buddy. Come on now. But okay, that's still crazy, though. Some buttery dribbling right through the leg is the cleanest nutmeg this side of the Mississippi. Ugh, what's with this guy's dribbling? Was he? I mean, honestly, that is actually kind of like a highlight point of Fury. Let me see which foot he used. Okay, so he goes from right, reverses it off the heel through. Oh, that's very impressive. Reduces it off the heel through Sendo's legs, curls around and catches it with his left. Very impressive movement. But that is true. It is mentioned in the U20 that Isagi even says himself, I think, like, Hiyori is a steady-footed tactician. So, like, him evolving the dribbling to have more of a, like, quick, moving, fast, like, kind of like a quick draw style of execution, that kind of makes sense. And just moving with that absolute efficiency provided by Metavision allows for some more dynamism in your movements that probably can be compensated by sheer physical ability. Considering Hiyori's been, like, trained since youth, it doesn't surprise me that when impassioned and given so much extra data through Metavision, he's able to move in ways that catch people off guard, especially if they're like Sendo level. Let's see. He's up against Nico. Ooh, look at bro moving. Look at the eye motion. He's like bro is moving. Okay, we like that. That's crazy though. Once again, for a pretty, I mean, I guess this makes sense though, because Rayo was kind of going crazy with a subconscious Metavision. Like, he didn't even know he had it. Like, that was something that Rayo just picked up on sheer talent and status alone. Like, bro accidentally copied Metavision. So someone like Hiyori, who's had the concept explained to him, has been watching the game this entire time, knows all these players' specs, it makes sense that once he properly has Metavision, he kind of just starts to go crazy. Lance, look, even sharper. There's no margin for error. Really? Well, to be fair, they are going up against Lorenzo, and Lorenzo's a demon. But that's crazy. Okay, the immediate pass off. So Nico comes in for the press. Hiyori immediately, once again with that left, sends it flying. Isagi immediately reacts, trapping with the right. That's interesting though. But Aiku, where you at, bro? Hop on Isagi. Well, not in that way. Well, like, get on your mans. Well, get on your mans. Let's see, is that Aiku right there? Sync my winning vision with Isagi-kun. Bro said, let's lock in. Let's lock in right now. I'm locking in. Do you hear me, Isagi? We're locking in. I like it. I like it. Oh, even Yuki Maya's getting on the action. Look at Yuki Maya, bro. I'm shocked he doesn't steal the ball. I get it. I get it. Then again, Kaiser's the only one who's been told, like, hey, no irrational plays now. Don't do this to me. So I guess Yuki Maya doesn't feel like risking it just to be safe, even though it's just specifically Kaiser who was told to not mess around. But see, Metavision, football IQ, direct shot. Isagi-kun has many weapons in his arsenal, but without a doubt, his greatest weapon is his ability to devour his rivals while continuously fighting inside this twisted, chaotic field. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that is. His main thing, I think it's even highlighted in a recent Nagi the Nagi chapters are released monthly. I think it was established that one of Isagi's greatest traits was his adaptability. Do you guys want me to review that? I know I started to, but like, no one watched it. so I gotta cut it off. But, you know, I may think about it. Once again, it's just, there's not enough days in the week, y'all. unless a manga's literally on break, there's just not enough days in the week. But with that being the case, it is true. One of Isagi's biggest things that's consistently carried him through the ranks is the ability to take strats from other people and sort of abuse them in a very specific way. Like, the biggest and most notable example that's really carried him as far as he's gotten up to this point is stealing Naruhaya's behind the back ability. Simply snatching that leveled up Isagi's game so much it's nasty. Then, of course, you have him robbing Metavision, which is his most recent amp. That's once again just devouring his rival in Kaiser and just stealing that. Heck, even him, technically, he's not a rival with Noah, but he likely is a rival with Kunigami. So what does he do? He takes Kunigami's tech, gets that left foot downloaded. Like, bro, he really is sort of like a thief. In the coolest way possible, though. One of my favorite things, and this is admittedly something that has to be done right for it to be one of my favorite things, and Blue Lock does it, not just right, but I say perfect. Okay, that may be a little bit too much glaze. I mean, not perfect. But, like, what does so well in terms of Blue Lock is the ability in the power system to have other people within that series utilize other characters' abilities, either to the same degree or sometimes even better, or even worse. It's fine all around. And Isagi is that. Sure, we are talking about football, soccer. None of these people got superpowers, not a single one of them. Some of them may be demons, monsters, and beasts physically, but that's about all they go. But their techniques, their styles, their speed, their velocity, their ability, their raw games, like all that, to a limited degree, can be copied. Especially on the technique level, you can kind of go insane. And Isagi's ability to simply be like, I like that one. You know, slide that over here real quick. Let me get a taste of that real quick. You know, that looking a little scrumdiddly. Run that real quick. That has carried him a whole lot. Even luck was something he pretty much ripped verbatim off of Ren, though admittedly that's like a general serious mechanic that he learned from Ren. So, not entirely the same. An ability that would never have awakened hadn't he come to Blue Lock. The foundation of Isagi-kun's ego. It's interesting. Isagi's ego ironically fits greatly into shock horror, Jinpachi's idea of a striker. Because, as he says, I believe all the way back in Chapter 1, if not Chapter 2, a striker is a destroyer. Someone who shatters the enemy line and scores no matter what. And not only is that what Isagi's doing now, but also simply his mindset as a striker. Unlike pretty much every other striker we've seen in the series up to this point, except for, like, you know, the best ones, especially in the Neo Egotist League, people are consistently being content with where they are. Look at Pachira. He's content giving back into the monster. Look at Otoya. He's content playing second fiddle to someone greater. Look at Reo. He's content with going back to Nagi. Look at Nagi. He's content with getting that one goal over Isagi. Look at every single person that has locked further into their niche Instead of destroying and rebuilding, Isagi makes the perfect striker because he's willing to destroy everything, including himself. So that's nice. That's nice. Right now. Right now, that ego is trying to propel him to become the best world striker. I read that totally wrong. That ego is trying to propel him to become the world's best player. And I hold the key to awaken his evolution. Yo, it says revolution. But yo, look at Hiyori gassing himself up though. That's cool though. That's cool. I always like, how do I put it? It's a nice way to put it. A lot of people, at the end of the day, whenever you go watch a movie or you want, well, it's mainly movies and TV shows, anything that has like a specific end product. I guess you could say YouTube videos also count, but I think it's different depending on how stuff goes. Like, I do my stuff myself for the most part, if not nigh on entirely. But with that being the case, one of the biggest things that gets unnoticed in things like films or TV shows or anything like that is the people behind it, people that facilitate. Oh, everyone cares about the number one striker. No one cares who passed him the ball. But that is an important role. Without the striker would have no ball to strike. You know what I'm talking about? And Hiyori putting himself in that position, being the person who's like, I have the key, no blade, ready to step forth and really drag Isagi's dream to reality is really, really good. And I like how the mangaka, once again, is sort of building these characters, and obviously there's likely Ego's doing as well, building these characters into their truly favorite role. However, there are going to be some overlaps. I'm still super interested to see the New Japan U20 team once the Neo Egotist League is over. But let's see. That will change the history of football. A vision that only I can envision with my originality. Ooh. Ooh. Talk that talk, Hiyori. Talk that talk, then. Talk that it's my world. It's his world. Never be before. It's his world. Sorry. You know, I want to play Sonic 06 one day. I never actually ended up doing it. But I love the music from that game. I know it's a terrible game with a million loading screens, but one of these days I'll sit down and bust it out and break it down and Millie rock on any block. But let's see. That will change the history of football. A vision that only I can envision. My originality. The thing that's been pushing me forward. The reason I play football. The foundation of Hiyori-Yo's ego. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's a true thing too. That's a true thing. Notably, as someone wisely pointed out to me, I believe in last week's comment section, the reason I was never like hard driven by any of my teammates whenever I played or ran track was because, it's an individual sport. Like, sure, it's good to have your teammates in like a 4x1, but usually you're competing by yourself, for yourself, representing a specific group. But I've known people who play in team sports or even just play team games nowadays, like any sort of multiplayer game online, where they kind of don't want to be the guy leading the front. They don't want to be the person who's leading the charge. They want to be the person that facilitates the person leading the charge. They want to be the person who's supporting. And that's really, really good. It's nice to have people like that. And it's good that people like that can find pleasure in doing stuff like that. Personally, I'm a get in the nitty gritty guy. It's kind of like, I don't like to watch sports that often. I don't know, weird coming from a guy who reads and talks about Blue Lock, but I don't like watching sports that often unless it's like basketball or something, mainly because I want to be out there playing it, preferably, rather than simply watching other people play it. That's how I've always kind of been. It's my approach to pretty much everything in life. Let me get my hands dirty rather than watching someone else get their hands dirty. But with that being the case, I've known Hiyori's in my life who have like pushed me forward and facilitated it, especially in like group projects when I was still back in school and back in college. Like, I understand that kind of feeling. I've seen it before where people find pleasure in making other people better and formulating and being responsible for the creation of the destruction of others. Okay, maybe not that last part, but still the ability to support others. I've seen that before and I think it's really, really nice. The reason why I play football, the foundation of why is he going crazy? Look at this man. First, okay, hold on. I kind of glazed over this. What is that form, bro? What is that form? Bro's got the left leg in the air, the right knee pointing straight to the ground, the left arm extended like Mr. Fantastic. Bro is built funny in this image. Let's see. The reason I play football. So, okay. But these are randoms. I was about to say, it's kind of crazy that he's, wilding out, going buku bonkers on these individuals, but like, actually, these are just randoms. Like, I have no idea who. These two have nothing to scale off of. If one of these people were Lorenzo, then it'd be like, wait a minute, Hiyori. A little bit too crazy. But once again, with Metavision, he's been watching these guys play the entire match. They're randoms. It makes sense that he can just sort of bully blitz through them. Let's see. Ugh. This guy's... Whoa. This guy's change of pace is pretty nasty. Who is this cyan-haired guy? His techniques are filthy. Is it filthy? Is it actually? He did say filthy. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I don't know. I've heard... Yo, bro's sick nasty with it. Like, I haven't heard sick nasty or filthy used as an adjective in years. When's the last time I've said it? I'm behind on like modern trends. It's like, even when I was younger, like a whole bunch of popular phrases when they first came out, I didn't hop on until they were like gone. So maybe the last time I used it was like 5 years ago. But even then, I feel like it's older than that. Like, when was the last time you ever heard someone say something was sick nasty? That shred was filthy, bro. Like, that reminds me of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater days. Bro, that rip was crazy, dog. But then again, I use crazy all the time. Let's see. Mass-producing goals isn't the only way to become an egoist. Isagi could help me realize that. I'm getting into it. That's cool, though. Once again, a secret subsect of ego. Building people into their own people. He doesn't want people to just become strikers. They're obviously, well, there literally was a team full of strikers, but a real team full of strikers isn't actually that viable. So building a facilitator like this, essentially building a new say, that's good. That's very, very good. Let's see. Oh, look at the feel, though. Okay, I will admit, that would be difficult to draw on a broader scale. Like, imagine if Hiyori didn't have the generic Metavision. Oh! Kunigami! Kinda forgot you were in this game, buddy. What have you done? Bro has done nothing in like a year. Because he was the one who got the second man-shine goal, if I'm not mistaken. I think? So he literally hasn't cooked in over a year. Kunigami, what are you doing, broski? What? I forgot you were even here. Is that bad? Is that bad that I forgot bro is here? But now that I see him, it's hard to forget. Bro. That derailed me entirely. I was not expecting to see Kunigami there. But my thing is, I understand why the generic Metavision power, not from Chainsaw Man, but I get why the basic Metavision pattern is kind of needed here, because I can't imagine drawing this with like Hiyori's gamer ego or anything like that. Like, complicating it further would probably be much more difficult. Meanwhile, the suction cup or net effect is really poignant in highlighting the important things, from the ball, which is all white with few black flecks, to Isagi, who has the light around him, and the goal, which stands at the end of the light. But let's see. An egoist who produces the game with his passes. There, he's gonna make a run, direct shot right to his feet, lock on, the future Isagi-kun envisioned. Okay. That's cool. Once again, developing into your own individual, someone who finds pride, finds ego in the ability to simply, it's called producer, to produce the game with his passes, the ability to facilitate. Once again, you never necessarily hear about the people who built who was the man who landed on the moon? Armstrong. Who built the rocket that put him up there? Who did? Can you tell me? I can't tell you. I was about to say, you can literally have said any name there. I would have been able to tell you, because I don't know. But I can tell you Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Who was... Well, okay, to be fair, it's hard to use light anymore, because Nikola Tesla is such a... I don't want to say mainstream character, but he's a much more well-known individual, so, like, everyone knows the Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla story. But even then, you can see that domino effect ricochet into the modern day. I don't think there's, outside of obviously Tesla, there's like no real energy company, and even then Tesla is an energy company, but there's no real legacy that ties back to Tesla or any of his creations. But there's a bunch of things named after Edison. Wait, is Edison it? Hold on. Let me get the Google. If somebody tells me I'm saying something stupid, maybe I'm not. But hold on. Let me grab the Google. I need to make sure I'm not saying the wrong name. Hold on. ERB literally did a rap battle on it. Let me double check. No, that Google's. It's gone. Where's my other Google? Googler. That Googler has vanished. Nikola Tesla, and it is Thomas Edison, right? This is what happens. Pay attention in school, kids. This should not be happening to me. Is it Thomas Edison? But essentially, my main point is that there are people who will go unnoticed, even though they facilitate the people who do go noticed. And with that being the case, it's good that people like that, even if people like that can exist without feeling robbed, and they actually enjoy it. They find pleasure in the fact that they facilitate rather than execute. And I think that's great. And my Googler's back online. So I'm about to figure out if I am wrong. Is it Thomas Edison? I spelled that wrong. Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla. It is Thomas Edison. Okay. I think. I hope so. But yeah, I saw an article that said genius inventor Nikola Tesla in the shadow of Thomas Edison. Sorry I had to go on that tangent for a second, but that was really going to bother me, and I couldn't wait till the end of the recording. Let's see. He's about to hit us with this devious pass from the left leg. We know this leg already has statements of having the same levels of weight and curvature as Sei Itoshi, though admittedly that was probably a super suppressed Sei that Sendo of all characters was comparing it to. So, let's see. Boom! It's time to synchronize my vision with his... Hiyori, bro. They're destined to fail. They are destined to fail, bro. You wanna know why? That's not real flow, my friend. I know the difference now. You can't deceive me anymore. Kaneshiro Sensei, you're gonna fail. I can see it. I see it. It's coming in and out. Let's see. Ooh, Isagi breaking Aiku's ankles and moving him? That's crazy. Aiku, you getting sleepy, my boy? You getting sleepy? Let's see. Isagi coming out the clutch. Ready to header it in. Awesome, Hiyori. Perfect. Ooh, that sharp drop in the pass. That thing looks dangerous and devious. Nico, Aiku, Kunigami, Hiyori, and the one Ubers guy. And then finally, Isagi. All right. Awesome, Hiyori. Perfect. Look at the man. The myth. The legend himself. He hit him with the... Lorenzo put that. You know, I'm a silly, goofy fella. Like, even in real life, like, notably, don't think I'm just, like, messing around on the internet. No, I am just a silly, goofy dude in general. I could not produce videos at the rate I do if this was not my genuine personality. But, like, dog. Lorenzo, you're in public, bro. You're on live television. Put that tongue away, bro. Look at how long it, like, dog. His tongue darn near reaches his chin. This is where my chin is. And how far my tongue doesn't even reach halfway there. Lorenzo, what kind of things were you looking down there, bro? Like, I know some people who would very much appreciate Lorenzo's tongue. I've been explicitly told by some people that they would really enjoy Lorenzo's tongue. But with that being the case, let's see. End of the line, okay? Okay, let's see. Is it actually going to be, though? In your dreams, Lorenzo. Exactly how I envision it. Maybe he is going to score. Because what? Isagi read Big Papa Lorenzo? That's crazy. honestly, with how, like, nuts Lorenzo has been in this game, the fact that Isagi can't even remotely perceive him, and even not just perceive him, but act accordingly, is very, very impressive on his own. Let's say exactly how I envisioned it. Now, ooh, took a page out of Nagi's book. Said, "Hold on, why direct shot it when I can trap that bad boy and proceed?" Wow, that's right. The first move was a fake. Our true aim was the direct lefty shot. A 2-stage attack alongside Isagi to create enough space to do a 900 freely. To shoot freely. I figured you'd do that. That's a good thing, too, about Metavision. I was talking about how it's going to be nerfed in the long run just because of their lack of knowledge and lack of training. But also... Huh. I wonder how that works. Like, if you're a Metavision user, right? And you're working with another Metavision user. What if y'all see crazy advanced versions of the field, but they're different? Like, how does that work? I'm genuinely wondering that. That seems so interesting. I wonder if that's ever going to come up, where we're going to have two Metavision users on the same team, and they will not, like, instantly link up. Lucky enough for Hiyori and Isagi, they see the game pretty much the exact same way, so their linking up makes sense. But I wonder if that's ever going to be an issue for future Metavision users, where they, like, attempt to, especially indirectly, attempt to use... Attempt to use Metavision alongside each other, only to mess each other up. That's interesting. I feel like that's foreshadowing to a different conclusion. Let's see. I figured you'd do that. I'll be taking the... Oh! Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on now. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? I know you were here. I know you exist. Maybe not. Are you not here? Are you sure it's not here? It may not be here, guys. It may not be. It may not be. Cobra, guys. Cobra. Oh, there it is. It's right there. I removed all you for nothing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on there, ladies and gentlemen. I have just a hat for this occasion. You may be wondering, Pencil Man, I know you didn't just say you had a hat. Is that I say? I did indeed say that. Give me one moment. I need to rehang everything because I pulled everything off my door. So sorry. Give me 1 second because the man, the myth. Honestly, my favorite Neo Exodus League character by a long shot. I lied. It's Snuffy, but I also lied. It's got to be Kaiser. He's here. He's present. Like his dad, probably. Is that harsh? Should I not assume that? Kaiser doesn't seem like he had a father figure in his life. Hold on. It's reversed in my recording view, so it'll be fit proper. That's my man. Kaiser's here. Oh, Isagi lost then. He can't swing faster than Kaiser. If Kaiser's actually about to swing on that ball, fastest swing speed in the world, Isagi's and he's using his left foot. Isn't that only 40%? I think it's like 30 or 40%. Isagi's good. Is he actually? But no, they're gonna have to miss somehow. But he already beat Lorenzo. Wait, where did Lorenzo go? Oh, Lorenzo got slid to the right. Okay, so Lorenzo's over here off screen. But, like, who's going to stop him now? Is Aryu going to stop him? Is Aryu about to face thing a Kaiser Impact or something? Because, like, they're going to have to be stopped, right? Because there's no way Kaiser actually wins. Like, if he does, he has... But then again, he's in flow. He has Predator Eye up. Like, it may just be that time, y'all. It may just be that time. Kaiser may just be ready to cook. Cause look at that. Like, he's right there. One good swing from Kaiser Impact. And and look at the thorns coming out, too. Oh, it's crazy. Let's see. Kaiser, seriously, this... looks like Isagi wasn't expecting that. Okay. I do like that too. That's another thing that I like, and I do hope that it continues to be a thing that happens. Hopefully not on the same team, but with other teams. I like the idea that Metavision users can hide from other Metavision users. Presumably, right? And that's what I assume Kaiser... Sorry, I have enough hair in my head now that wearing a hat is not always the best. I just want to put it on for my boy and for another video I'm planning to record later, so I'm glad I found it now. But my thing is that the idea that Metavision users, since they know how Metavision works, subconsciously or actively, can hide from other Metavision users by hiding directly behind them, where the Metavision cannot fully get the full scope of them, and also they can do things like this, just appear in each other's shadows. So once again, another, I don't want to say hard nerf, but a soft nerf to Metavision like this is good. Once again, balancing the ability is pretty much what's needed. Kaiser, seriously, this guy? He knew that I was going to fake out Lorenzo with my right and targeted the instant I was going to shoot with my left? He's planning on stealing my goal in midair? Not a chance, you hyena! Dual flow? They're both going into... How are they going to be stopped? No, but Kaiser has to score this, right? There's no one there to stop, unless the goalie pops off. Unless the Uber's goalie decides to suddenly be a demon. Aiku and Lorenzo are down right now. And Kaiser is the fastest swing speed in the world. And he's using what I think is his dominant foot. It looks like he's about to use his right. So, Isagi, I think he should have just lost. Let's see. Nah. Kaiser Impact versus Direct. Nah. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably creaming just a little bit. This is a beautiful image right here. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Top tier imagery right here. The king and a deity and a king. A deity and an emperor. One chosen by the heavens and he who broke the heavens themselves. Their dual... this is a gorgeous image. Don't get me wrong. I love the thorns coming out of Kaiser representing his ego, and I love the puzzle pieces coming off Isagi's cape representing his ego. But you mean to tell me in any universe that Kaiser, Michael Kaiser, I know his name is Michael Kaiser, and Isagi Yoichi swung their feet at all the same speed that they impact? If anything, Isagi should have whiffed. I get it, Isagi went in the flow, but one, Kaiser caught him off guard. 2, Kaiser has Predator Eye, which Isagi still seems to be lacking. 3, Kaiser has the fastest swing speed in the world, faster than Will Noah. 4, Isagi is using his left foot, which is under half his right foot. I don't remember the exact percentage number, but it is half. I know it's underneath 50% of his right foot. So there's no way on this good green earth. I know that basically Kaiser Impact is just a direct shot, but considering that they swung their feet at the exact same time, Kaiser should have been quicker. So it's a cool image. It's metal, and I like the looks on both of their faces. It's one of my favorite pieces of art that we've gotten out of this game. But I am going to call a little bit of nonsense. I actually hope they don't. I hope they don't make it. That would be not a horrible way, but I wouldn't like if this is how their little game went. But let's see. Kaiser Impact versus Direct Shot. Let's see how this pops off. No way, dog. I know I didn't just see that. Dog. I know I ain't just see that, broski. I know I ain't just see that. Nah, I'm from my eyes. I know I ain't just see that, dog. Don't tell me that's who I think it is. Don't tell me that's who I think. Ew! Far off. You don't get your behind on the... And wait a minute. This might take a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. First, you already had me questioning, and they did genuinely block it. First, you had me questioning things with this. The fact that these two demons at all have similar swing speed. And they impact the ball at the exact same time, too. You can't even say there's a slight delay, physics, on some spoilers for My Hero Academia type beat. You can't say there's some physics breaking going on here. And, Kaiser kicked the ball first, and then Isagi came in a second after, and the ball didn't leave yet, because Kaiser, his swing is so fast, it didn't register in reality yet. But you mean to tell me that Baro Baro is the one who stopped it? I get it. Ryu's there too. But you mean to tell me either of these individuals are reacting to a Kaiser impact on top? Like a Predator Eye flow-induced Kaiser impact on top of a 40% flow-induced Isagi kick? Direct shot? Off the bat? Nah. I'm flag on the play. Do I have a flag? Do I have a flag? I don't have a flag. Flag on the play. This isn't a flag. It's a piece for a scabbard. Flag on the play. I'm calling malarkey all over the end of this chapter. What? And they blocked it all confidently too. What is this? Baro? Nice stylish color. King block. No. And I know y'all are saying, well, pencil. Gotta put the king hat on for Baro. And I will, because, it literally is his ego. But, Baro, what is your behind doing on the defensive line? Don't turn into Isagi now. Don't. I get it. I understand the parallel. Kaiser and Isagi are rivals as strikers, and thus them scoring together makes sense and all that, or attempting to score together makes sense. And obviously, Baro being the person who's consistently been devouring, slobbering all over Isagi. He literally called himself an Isagi hunter with a straight face back in U20. I get it that he would probably be prepared for something like this, and I know he's changing up his play style, and obviously Baro becoming a defender, or even remotely defending at all, is a nice boon. It fleshes out his player stats a little bit more, so he's more useful and not just like a brutish offensive tank. And he has the body build for a defender. Obviously, the bigger you are, the easier you can block the ball. But dog, really? I bought Lorenzo reading the field well enough to perform a proper Kaiser, or to perform a proper wall against the Kaiser impact. It's Lorenzo, a new Gen World 11 defender. Him stopping a new Gen World 11 a new Gen World 11 member stopping another new Gen World 11 member. I can't English. A member v member. Them stopping each other, neutralizing, makes sense. I can buy it. Especially considering the fact that Kaiser was rushing like crazy in the previous time he went for that shot, the Blitzkrieg, and also the fact that the area was so narrow. So sure, I had issues with Lorenzo literally appearing out of the shadow realm to stop it, but that makes sense. But you mean to tell me that a fusion kick, Kaiser impact, plus Isagi direct shot was blocked by Baro and Ryu? I don't know about all that, Chief. I mean, this is where, ironically enough, I never thought I'd have this problem in Blue Lock. This is where the power scaler in me is coming out and calling malarkey, throwing a flag on the play. Because, once again, is it cool to see Baro do this? Yeah. Is it cool for the character evolution? Yeah. Does it parallel Isagi well? Yeah. King of Darkness, God of Light. I see what Kaneshiro Sensei is going for, but I don't know. I don't know if I can really rock with all that. I mean, I'll let it rock, because once again, this is where I'll let the character slide. I'll let the character writing behind this slide more, even though it makes absolutely no sense. I'll be complete. And I can't even begin to find a way to justify this. This is the fastest shot in the world. This is not even, that's a big issue with introducing Kaiser so early. Every single time a Kaiser impact gets stopped or delayed or something like that, it has to make sense, because it is literally the fastest swing speed in the world. We are not going to run into a better person than Kaiser when it comes to sheer swing speed. So you got me a little bit iffy on this. And I'll admit, a little piece of characterization that I do like here. Kaiser, he's being a poacher again. I'm shocked he even went for it, but I guess I like that. He's desperate. He is so desperate that even after he had literally my favorite goal in the entire series at this point, the backflip off Ryu into the nutmeg spike goal. Remember, he chastised Ness for slopping him off for that and being a hyena. But look at this desperate hyena. A king, an emperor, brought down so low that he would have to steal the scraps of something he views no more than a dog. The desperation in Kai, these two better go crazy in PXG. They better. I hope this game quashes the beef. There better not be any more beef going to PXG. Not only because they need it, but also I need to see these two actually work together. Hopefully not on some weird plot breaking stuff like this. Like once again, the power scaler in me is really put off by the idea that a 40% Isagi kick is somehow keeping up with a flow Kaiser impact. Like I don't like that, but I hope these two go crazy next game. Let's see. Ugh, darn it! Because of Kaiser, I couldn't clearly strike the ball. Dog. Because of Kaiser, you shouldn't have been able to even touch the ball. I'll be real with you. Let's see. I can't believe it. Isagi-kun and I were in perfect sync, but the way Kaiser and Baro stopped us from scoring, those two moved out in a way that surpassed our expectations. That's another thing that's true. That's another, once again, a soft nerf to Metavision. Metavision is getting so deep up. Maybe it is getting power crept already. We just introduced it, but it's already getting power crept. Even if you have data on certain players, even if you know all their stats, if they just perform erratically, Metavision is worthless. So Baro coming out the clutch like that, it escaped their Metavision. They knew everything about Baro, but they just didn't expect him to play like that. Once again, a nice extra nerf. Even though we were playing perfectly, the rate that the rest of the field is evolving is faster than our combined decision making. For us to dominate the field, we're still one piece short. One piece? We get much higher. Oh, high. Oh. I'm sorry. But, okay, so they're still one piece short. Let's see. Despite coming up with the perfect plan, Isagi and Hiyori failed to come up with the winning goal. As the loose ball soars high into the air, they must find another piece that will allow Isagi to devour his rivals. What is the missing piece? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who did I just mention was chilling here? That I was so shocked to see him. Look who's here. Look who's here real quick. And you mean to tell me we got a loose ball? Yo. Now, I've been one who's been consistently pushing like, oh, yo, we got this narrative push. We got to have Isagi beat Kaiser and everything. He needs to get on the field. He needs to beat him as a playmaker. He has to beat him as a striker. But considering this is a loose ball, and it looks like, let me see, where Lorenzo at? Okay, so Aiku's still standing, but Lorenzo's on the ground. And we have a known hyena, a known poacher, a known survivalist, running around freaking and geeking. It may be that time, y'all. Yo, it may be time for Kunigami to just end. How crazy would it be if Hiyori actually didn't succeed this game? How crazy would it be if we actually benched Isagi? And yo, technically, Kaiser should get kicked off the field now. If the game were to stop, Kaiser should be kicked off the field. Because that's another reckless interference. And Noah specifically told him not to do that this game. So, yo, what if we start PXG with Kaiser and Isagi both bench because Kunigami scores? And that's why they have to work together. Like, we open up with PXG, and they both are like, Master, our fault. We have quashed the beef. We're going to cook PXG. Just let us on the game. Yo, that could be crazy. But overall, putting my power scaling aside, and keeping the glaze on, for Hiyori cooking alone, this is a W chapter. Now, I said the main reason, Hiyori cooking, I do like Metavision Hiyori. I do like that he's not Omega broken. I like that he's already getting kind of balanced, but he's getting the best of both worlds. He has his crazy moments in this chapter, like casually styling Nutmeg and Sendo, tearing through some randoms, that's really good. Discovering his ego as a producer, that's fantastic. Seeing him send one of his passes is great. Seeing Isagi, even though I will admit, this does kind of fall into the Chris Prince category, if not even crazier. Like him juking both Aiku and Lorenzo at the same time. One a Metavision user that's confirmed, one who's assumed to either be on the level of Metavision users, or if not, just flat out better than them in the case of Lorenzo. Him kind of juking them does feel a little bit stretching, but once again, Isagi going crazy and evolving and devouring his rivals as a big part of his character, so I rock with that a lot. The dual kick from these two, I like that Kaiser's so desperate that he's coming in like this, seeing the character fall this much due to his fragile ego is really, really good. And I like the way that Nomura draws the ego out with the thorns reaching out to try and consume the ball. As much as I have an issue with this dual shot on a just power scaling level, it is a very cool image. I do like that. And much as I have an issue with this, because, it never makes sense for Boruto to stop a shot this powerful, I still rock with it because it shows Baro is willing to learn. He's willing to devolve, or not devolve, evolve in new ways that he never would before. All that character stuff is really, really good. So for chapter 234, it's worthy in my eyes. However, that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave Isagi Impact in the comment section down below if you made it all the way to the end of this chunk of a video. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. And now, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dago the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a very big thank you to our $3 members, O'Connor Plays, Redwolf 4765, and Herb Skills. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $5 patrons, Sean, Redwolf 4765, Midnight Gemlord, Kevin, and Demix LND. I'd like to give another beefy thank you to our $10 patrons, Robbie Uchiha and iDemokami. And I'd like to give a very, very hefty thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. I'd like to give another very big, scrumdiddlyumptious thank you to our two $25 patrons, Igneel and Calvin Elder.